If it were a guy in the NBA or heck, a guy in the NFL, guy in baseball, whatever, guy in hockey, then the world would be more conditioned to say, hey, come on, man, you're it. You gotta come back. You might as well give it a shot. You got the whole offseason to heal. Groin pull? I mean, come on, Caitlin. You could try right now, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it repulls, you got the whole offseason to get it right. How can, after 2 months, how can you not be trying to come back right now with all your might? Surely she could play a few minutes a night. Surely she could make the fever just a little bit better.
Skip Bayless goes off on Caitlin Clark for not playing. Check out what he had to say, and then I'll come back with my comments.
Caitlin Clark, hear me out. Think with me on this. If Caitlin Clark were a he right now, playing in the NBA, the world would be going crazy over, hey, Caitlin, why aren't you playing?
Yeah,
but because she's a she, and because the WNBA is the most secretive league in the history of professional sports, somehow she and it have gotten away with everybody just shrugging and going on with, oh, the Fever. Oh, aren't they cute? And she's leading the bench mob for the Fever, head cheerleader on the bench. But wait a second. Time out. I love Caitlin Clark. That's the point of all this.
Yeah, shout out to the GOAT Caitlin Clark, but it is interesting that, by her being a woman, being in the WNBA, we're not really concerned about her injury, her being a superstar player. The reason why the WNBA is being carried right now and really being prominent, people really caring about the WNBA, is because of Caitlin Clark. So by her not playing, we're not really stressing out like, okay, why isn't she playing? We're not questioning her injury history. Is she fragile? By her being the golden goose of the W, that's the reason why people aren't really going in on Caitlin right now. Without Caitlin Clark, you don't have a WNBA. I don't care how good Asia Wilson is and all the other players. Without Caitlin Clark, the W takes a huge step back as far as viewership and just everything surrounding that league. So hopefully Caitlin Clark is okay. She's been out since July 15th with a groin injury. Then I think she had a leg injury too. So I'm rooting for Caitlin Clark, but she needs to come back to the WNBA sooner than later.
She is the reason for watching. I have a hard time watching, though the Fever is starting to draw me back in bit by bit, because they still have two of their stars, Aaliyah and Kelsey. And they still have Lexi Hall. And I know they've had a spate of injuries starting with Caitlin, but still, I don't know what, I've brought this up several times. Caitlin had 4 different pulls of different things in her legs after she'd gone years since high school without injury. And suddenly she had nothing but injuries. She was mired in a horrible shooting slump. But she's Caitlin Clark. So she pulls her groin. It's been 2 months ago. She pulls her groin. Well, unless it's something they're guarding, not disclosing, help me out here. I know pulled groins. I've had my share. I've had pulled hamstrings. I've had all kinds of pulls. Broken down marathon runner. But a groin, if you give it 2 months, it should be good to go. Seriously, there's so much treatment you can use today. You can even go with acupuncture, but there's ice and stimulation and all kinds of stretching. You can heal a groin in 2 months. So you say, well, she obviously wouldn't be in game shape. Well, she's Caitlin Clark. You don't think this suddenly hot Fever team could use Caitlin Clark? I thought they had a shot to win it all with her obviously healthy.
Yeah, the Fever definitely need Caitlin Clark. If you're Caitlin Clark, if she was playing, I believe the Fever could have made it to the championship and possibly won the championship and cemented her legacy as the greatest WNBA player of all time, surpassing Asia Wilson and all the decent WNBA players that ever played. But by her being fragile, that's going to be a new narrative being pointed out there when it comes to Caitlin Clark. I know the W, they're secretive. They don't really have to divulge information because people don't really care about the WNBA, but they care about the health of Caitlin Clark. Clark. What's really going on with Kate? It was a groin injury. Then it was an ankle bruise. So hopefully, again, she's okay, because without Caitlin Clark, the WNBA will be destroyed.
Along with the rest of the roster. But now that they've recaught fire, why isn't she trying to play a little, I don't know, 10 minutes a night, 15 minutes a night? Is it about the slump? Does she not want to risk going right back into the shooting slump? Is it she doesn't want to risk wrecking the chemistry that they've rebuilt without her? I mean, for a while, I thought she was just making a statement that she'd taken so much abuse from all the other veteran players on other teams, both verbal and physical abuse, bullying abuse. I thought she was trying to say, hey, okay, I'll just sit out the rest of this and see how you like your ratings from this point on. Well, now it's like, wait a second, Caitlin, how's this team doing so well without you?
Again, man, Caitlin Clark, get better soon. I get it. It's going to be narratives pointed out there. The Fever, they're doing so much better without Caitlin Clark. They're playing as a team. They're rallying around the troops, and they're seeing what they can do to at least save their season. And so far, so good. They've been playing really great without Caitlin Clark, but they need Caitlin Clark to get over the hump. They got a lot of talent on that team, but if you want to beat the Asia Wilsons and the Aces and the top teams in the W, you're going to need a healthy Caitlin Clark. Can they win a championship without Caitlin Clark? In my opinion, no. And if you're the WNBA, this is what it's like without Caitlin Clark. So maybe she needs a mental break. Maybe it's not just all physical. Yeah, most players can come back from this. Can she give a few minutes a night? Maybe so. Is the shooting slump starting to get to her head? Is this the best mental break that she needed? Cool, but again, if you're that great like Caitlin Clark carrying the WNBA, they need you right now. Your team needs you. And hopefully she comes back sooner than later.
Don't you want to show that you are Caitlin Clark? And my God, think about the ratings. If she came back right now, oh God.
Perfect timing.
It would be, I'd be all over it. Even on, if they played on NFL Sunday, I promise you I would keep one eye on Caitlin and the Indiana Fever if she came back right now. If it were a guy in the NBA, or heck, a guy in the NFL, guy in baseball, whatever, guy in hockey, that the world would be more conditioned to say, hey, come on, man, you're it. You gotta come back. You might as well give it a shot. You got the whole offseason to heal. Groin pull? I mean, come on, Caitlin, you could try right now, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it repulls, you got the whole offseason to get it right.
And I doubt she's going to come back. Really thinking about it, is she going to come back in an elimination game being down 2-1 versus the Aces? Do you really want to deal with the Asia Wilson that could go off? She's been in the slump the last few games, but she's starting to come alive. She played great in the second half versus their Game 3 victory. So Caitlin Clark may be playing chess right now. Like, yeah, technically, I should be able to go. If this was early on in the season, coming into the season with these little nagging injuries, maybe she gives it a try. But with that shooting slump, with her mentally being destroyed right now, Caitlin Clark, she's strategically going to sit out for the remainder of the season. They already ruled her out, but I doubt she's going to come back. Now, she ended on a hot streak, making threes and just being offensively on another level. Maybe so, but it's over for Caitlin Clark this season.
They need you. Surely they want you back. I don't know. There's no reporting on this, so I'm just throwing it out into the stratosphere because the WNBA gives you nothing about anything. I have no idea what's going on. It's the most underreported league in the history of professional sports.
Because no one cares. They don't care.
They just want you to know the platitude interviews, the real nice interviews, but anything controversial, nope, we don't do controversy. Any question, no. It's made clear to the reporters you don't ask controversial questions. Christine Brennan wrote the book on Caitlin Clark, and she was chastised by several WNBA veteran players. You don't ask those kind of questions to us. Nope, you don't. I don't get it. But I don't get why Caitlin Clark is not playing basketball right now, or at least trying to, just for the sake of her team and her town and the league. after 2 months, how can you not be trying to come back right now with all your might? Surely she could play a few minutes a night. Surely she could make the fever just a little bit better.
Yeah, again, a little bit of Caitlin Clark is better than no Caitlin Clark. If this team had Caitlin Clark, I believe they can beat the Aces and would have a chance to win it all. They need Caitlin in order to win a championship, but it is a mysterious injury. Yeah, it's a groin. I get it. You rest for a few months. You should have been back for the game 1 of this series with the Aces, but again, maybe she's mentally out of it with all the players going at her, physically and mentally. Maybe that's taking a toll on her by her pretty much being destroyed by this new movement. She can't be herself. It's not like college where she was in a different world and being covered. She's being covered on a major scale. ESPN, Fox, every major sports platform is covering Caitlin Clark on and off the court. Maybe that's getting to her mixed in with these injuries. Hopefully Caitlin Clark returns soon because the WNBA needs her or that league is over.